Hi, I'm Marchand Canseco, and I want to talk to you about getting from me to we. I have 5 rules, and I want to talk about the first one. The first one, rule number 1, is be attractive. I went out with a friend the other night, and she's a single woman, and she is very much interested in being in a serious, committed relationship, and she's wanted this for quite some time. I've noticed that there's some things that she's doing that's preventing this from happening. But being a trainer and an international speaker, I have learned that if I want to keep my friends, I need to keep my advice to an audience who's interested in hearing that advice. So what I decided to do was just observe. And I noticed there were 5 things that she could do differently. And if she would follow these 5 tips, they would really help her so much. So hopefully you're interested, and I'll go over them with you. So rule number 1, or tip number 1 for rule number 1, which is to be attractive, is to ask for assistance. So when you're out at a bar or a restaurant and you see a gentleman that you find attractive and you would like to get his attention, ask him for some kind of help. Ask him where the bathroom is. Ask him for if he's using the chair that's at his table, that you might need an extra chair. Ask him to use his ketchup. Now, some of you may be thinking, I know where the bathroom is. I can ask the waitress for the ketchup. See, you're not asking for help. Men love that. So that's one way to get their attention. Number 2 is to watch your body language. My friend happened to be wearing a shawl, and you know what I'm talking about? Like a shawl that you wear over your shoulders. And she was cold and she was kind of hunched over. Not a very sexy look. So you want to be concerned about your body language, crossing your arms, shoulders hunched up. This is not going to make you appear to be very approachable. So you want to think about that. Tip number 3 is to listen and keep it light. So in this particular situation, this gentleman wanted to talk about a situation that happened with his ex, something that happened with his mother, and my friend wanted to play therapist. Again, this is not going to create the romantic mood that you're looking for. Maybe you are very talented at giving advice. Maybe you are a therapist, or that's something that you think you should really get into because you happen to really help people. Helping men is not what you're looking for when you want to be attractive to the opposite sex. So it's not the right setting. I'm not saying to never do it, just saying that refrain from doing it, at least in the first interaction, or on the first date, or the second date, or probably even the third date. Number 4 is to give recognition and not advice. Again, you may be really talented at giving advice, and he may need to hear your advice. Are you creating the ambiance that you're looking for by giving that advice in that particular situation? So this is something you really need to think about. And then tip number 5 is to be playful. And I want to give an example on how to be playful. So what you want to do is create an atmosphere which is fun. If you're at the bar, maybe play with the bartender. Just have a little bit of fun. Don't come across as too much of a flirt, especially if you're interested in somebody else at the bar and not the bartender. But you might say to the bartender, I really love dirty martinis. And I want to know how talented you are at making a dirty martini. Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being really talented, where are you in making that dirty martini? Now, if you have a bartender like I had the other night, he's going to say to you, 12. Good. And then you can continue to play and say, well, the proof is in the pudding. Let's just see how great this dirty martini really is. And what you're doing there is creating an atmosphere of lightheartedness. Hopefully other men may feel that you're very approachable because you're having so much fun. And some of you may be thinking, you know what, Michelle, this is just not me. There is a playful side of you, and you have to find her. And there is a therapist side of you. You have to let go of her. I hope that these tips help you and that you are able to find the love you're looking for.